I'm Lonnie Lesmeister, and you're watching Coyote Culture.
On this special episode of Coyote Culture, the team meets up with good friend and sponsor Dominic Plunkett of Brotherhood Arms.
There was a coyote tracks that came all the way up to within 10 yards of where we were sitting.
They're headed to the Cheyenne River Classic, the team's very own coyote calling contest to raise money for a special cause.
It was a way for us to give back.
That's all right now on Coyote Culture.
We're headed over to the eastern part of the state, Watertown, South Dakota. There we're going to catch up with Dominic Plunkett. Dominic and his wife are owners of Brotherhood Arms, and we have been partnered up with them for the past couple of years.
Hi, I'm Dominic Plunkett from Brotherhood Arms in Watertown, South Dakota. We manage a family-owned business here in Watertown. Sell firearms, archery accessories, reloading supplies, ammo.
Brotherhood Arms helps us out with anything from optics, ammunition, reloading supplies, all the way down to rifles.
Most of our customers are hunters, but we're actually really growing into the target shooting community, long-range target shooting to be more accurate.
I personally met Dominic 3 or 4 years ago going to long-range shooting competitions.
Travis Stevens actually got me into the long-range shooting part of the gun industry. Built me a rifle and told me that was the one to start off in, and went out and shot and did fairly well.
Yeah, one of the first times I seen him at a competition in Fort Pierce, South Dakota, I actually did. I ended up getting lucky and I ended up winning the whole deal. And
Lonnie beat me, but that was the last time he beat me too.
I think Dominic must have a little bit of brain farts going on, because I beat him more than once. I don't let him forget about that at all. Dominic's a pretty good shooter, and he goes quite a few more than I do, so he's pretty tough to beat now. But I still know I got him a couple times, not just once.
The class act that they are really brought me into wanting to be part of their group and support them in any way I can.
After we really got to know Dominic, we found out something on more of a personal level that really led us into wanting to start our own contest.
Great guys. I met Derek and Dakota and Oren a couple years later when actually my daughter came into some issues after she was born with her heart. We
were absolutely blown away when we found out about Dominic's daughter Molly and the things that she was going through.
Molly's a very beautiful, soon-to-be 2-year-old girl that stole our hearts before she was even out in the world. She was actually born with hyperplastic left heart syndrome, where the left side of her heart never developed while she was inside my wife. Yeah, in the blink of an eye, everything went sideways. Well, so when she was born, they took her immediately from my wife and performed her first open heart surgery. It's just overwhelming every time you talk about it. It's my daughter. It's my kids are the world to me, I guess. After having 2 very healthy kids and coming into one that had health issues from the get-go, it was a completely different aspect of being a parent. A lot of night crying ourselves to sleep trying to figure out, why this happened to us, but God has a plan for everything. First surgery went really well. They did have to do another surgery on her diaphragm. That turned out well. no problems with that. Her diaphragm's actually working again. When they went in and did her exit ultrasound. Didn't know what was to expect out of the daughter. Brought her home. She was on oxygen, had a feeding tube in her nose yet. Everything we did when we got home was to make sure Molly would be as comfortable as she could while she was recovering. They scheduled her second surgery. Then the anxiety set back in, of course, but so we went back over for our second surgery, and she actually had a bloody stool. Couldn't really get a definitive answer on why it happened, but we ended up spending a couple of weeks over there and then coming back home without doing the surgery. Then we rescheduled the second surgery, went back over again. I was hoping she'd come back in, we'd just be a normal family again, but she was tired all the time, and she just wasn't a average toddler, I guess is how you'd say it. Yeah, after the second surgery, and they told us we'd have one more, and it should make everything better. On the third surgery, they go in and tie all the rest of the veins and arteries from her head into her lungs, and to me, it's just mind-boggling what they can do inside a little girl. It's only this big.
I'm a father myself, and anytime your child is going through something, it hurts you about as much as it hurts them, or if not more. Especially somebody that young, and I can't imagine the things he's going through.
Just knowing that when they were in there, if they slipped one way or the other, my youngest daughter wouldn't be here today. When you go through stuff like this and you gotta be gone, it affects everybody. We were gone for close to 3 months with all the surgeries, and my guys kept us in good running shape here, so not much to worry about on the business end of it. They were here to take care of me so I could take care of my family. Yeah. Having a daughter with a heart condition and knowing that there's other people out there that have gone through this, just makes the small things seem unimportant anymore.
Once we found out about Molly's condition, we knew we had to give back somehow. Our first thing that came to mind was, how can somebody with all this going on give to us, and with arms wide open and really having their own problems to worry about, but yet so willing to give to us.
We helped those guys out when they were first started getting going, and just the fact that they even thought about us when they decided to put this contest on.
Really, it was a great way for us to give back to Brotherhood Arms after they were so willing to give to us at the beginning.
It's a relief, having the help we did from these guys, and over the years, this community supported them, we've supported them. They're trying to give back and raise awareness for just stuff on the local level that people need help, and we're just there to try to help them out regardless of what's going on in their lives. Now that we're back home from our final scheduled surgery, let's call it that way, and we're home and everything's kind of getting back to normal. She picked up, she's got a little bit of a tan going this summer. I'm jabbering up a storm, doing really good. The last surgery really picked her up and made her who she should be. Just an all-around rambunctious little turd. Life is a lot better than not just knowing that we don't have to plan anything right now going back. There's always stuff that'll come up that we'll have to take care of, but baby steps. Knowing that there's good people out in the world that are thinking about us really makes us happy.
After we really got to know Dominic, we found out something on more of a personal level that really led us into wanting to start our own contest.
We're just an average family with above average needs, I guess. for our daughter.
We were absolutely blown away when we found out about Dominic's daughter Molly and the things that she was going through. It was a way for us to give back after Dominic was so willing to give to us. And with that, all the proceeds of the contest for the first annual Cheyenne River Classic went to Dominic's family.
You know, over the years, this community supported them, we've supported them. They're trying to give back and, you know, raise awareness for just stuff on the local level that, you know, people need help, and it's a relief, you know, having the help we did from these guys. And
I even told them, you know, well, come on out. We don't have to get in the contest, but we can go out, do a little calling, and you can come out and we'll kind of treat you to a little weekend.
It was really neat. The extent of my coyote hunting's always been, hey, let's jump in the truck early Saturday morning and go drive around, see if we can shoot one.
You know, I don't think Dominic knew this at the time, but we actually took him to a really good spot to start off his West River coyote hunting experience.
Drove right over to the hill, right up to the spot where we were gonna go look at. Get up there and we look out over the, I wanna say it was a sunflower field, is what it looked like to me, but I'm a city boy, so I don't know.
We climbed over that hill. To our surprise, there was 5 coyotes there, and kind of changed the way we were gonna have to call it.
You know, it's kind of another one of them deals where we're come up on the coyotes as they're there, kind of walk into the set. So we didn't really have enough time to get set up exactly where we want it.
Of course, they put the short, fat guy in the tall grass, which is me. And then Derek and Lonnie moved down the hill to the south about 20 yards.
You get set up as quick as you can to start calling to hopefully get them coyotes to come, and you know, and that's what we did. And
we were having to kind of rush, get set up in a place that we weren't really wanting to set up, didn't have the best field of view. Coyotes were really gonna have to play, you know, the game perfect to get one shot. We were there for a really short amount of time, weren't really too loud on the calls. We used the Reese Outdoors RSS6. It's just a quiet call. We knew we were in a bad spot, and it soon developed to show we were in a bad spot. We couldn't really see over the hill we were on.
I couldn't see a coyote, and to save my life through the tall grass that was out there, but
wasn't able to get Dominic on him. He was kind of in a tough spot. He couldn't see real good. having to kind of rush, get set up in a place that we weren't really wanting to set up, didn't have the best field of view. Coyotes were really gonna have to play, the game perfect to get one shot. We knew we were in a bad spot, and it soon developed to show we were in a bad spot. We couldn't really see over the hill we were on.
I couldn't see a coyote, and to save my life through the tall grass that was out there, but
wasn't able to get Dominic on him. He was kind of in a tough spot. He couldn't see real good. And luckily, one decided to play the game with us and kind of give us a shot. Luckily, this coyote stuck around. Derek actually airballed one shot, and that's just the glory of the suppressors. Was able to get a second shot on him and get the first coyote down.
The way it played out, it probably could have played out a little better if we could have got set up better, but.
And those coyotes came right up to us from my spot on top of the hill. If I would have been 6 inches taller, there was a coyote tracks that came all the way up to within 10 yards of where we were sitting.
We should have got up, worked up, and got set up better. We should have. Good shot, Derek. We knew that these coyotes were gone at this point. We had shot twice. I figured there was more coyotes in the area.
We kept calling, repositioned ourselves on the hill, and moved forward and down the hill a little bit so we could get out and see the full draw out there. And as we're sitting there, 2 more coyotes came from the south down the other draw that comes into the creek bottom there. We were wanting to get Dominic his first West River coyote. Luckily, we had one that was able to play ball, got right in front of Dominic about 100, 150 yards. And Dominic made a heck of a shot on him and got his first coyote down. Good shot, man. There wasn't a better feeling. Anybody that does any hunting know that when you shoot what you're after, you get a little psyched up about it.
We're with Brotherhood Arms, Dominic Plunkett. We're putting on a hunt right now, and all the proceeds are going to him and his family. So, pretty good deal that you get to come hunt with us.
Yeah, appreciate you having us out. My leg fell asleep.
Oh, hopefully you brought your dragger.
Lonnie made me go down there and pick him up because it was my kill.
Dominic's first West River coyote with us. Thanks for coming, buddy.
It was a good time. Anytime you get to pull the trigger on an animal, I think is a good time.
Bringing Dominic out for a hunt is really the least we could do. I mean, just to get him away from it for one day, to relieve the stress for one day. If that's something we're able to do, that is the least we can do.
No, they're not just hunting buddies. You know, anytime you see them, with the hunting buddy, you know, you talk about fishing, you talk about hunting, you talk about how big of a deer you'd supposedly seen on your trail camera. You know, these guys, we talk about our families and we talk about what life's been doing. It's not even a sponsorship anymore. They need something, I go out and get what they need, and if I need something, they're more than willing to drive clear across the state to help out.
You know, the way his company name Brotherhood Arms is actually kind of playing true with us. We actually do have a brotherhood with Dominic and his family, and even some of the guys there that work for him. And you know, it's just crazy to think that the name of their company could really, you know, be what it is now. We are a brotherhood, and we're more than just business partners, we're family.
You know, this is why I love what I do and where I live. You know, the Midwest mentality, treat everybody the way you want to be treated. And, you know, I've only had a chance to meet a couple of the guys a couple of times, and it's like we've known each other our whole lives. You know, I just appreciate everything they've done. Thank you for helping us take care of our daughter, and we're always here for you, just like you're there for us. I love you guys.